Now we are going live. So exciting to do a hangout and to see that you are out there and seeing this image. I'm really excited with this technology. I'm really excited with 2015. It is going to be a great year. You know the setting for today? This is going to be a hangout about how to set goals and how to set goals in a different way, in a way that we listen to our heart and we let go of the ego. We let go of the idea of pleasing others, of doing the things that we are supposed to do because we have reached a certain level, a certain status in our life, or a certain stage in our life. But going back to basis, going back to our heart, and concentrating that which our heart wants. So I hope you are ready and you have your pen and pencil. Sorry, your pen and paper. Your pen and paper. And I also want to ask you to be here. This is time for you. This is time for your heart and for your goals, for your future, for your life, and everybody who will be affected by it. So be here and now, concentrate, switch off all those distractions, Facebook and Twitter and any other thing. Get yourself your pen and paper and be here and now. And be here and now and concentrate in your own story. So this hangout is not going to have a presentation. It's just going to be my voice. And you can close your eyes. You don't need to be looking at me all the time. You need to concentrate in the questions that I will be asking you. So first, we need to set the stage of what is what you want. So what we want, what is life made of? What is life made of? Is it made of one thing? Experiences, feelings. What is what we feel? And, you know, we are here in this world to bring that nature of feeling that is very specific to us. It's like we were instruments in a symphony. What you are made of for is different than what I am made of for. Your words never will be similar to mine. The way you look at people will not even similar to your children, will not be similar to your neighbor. So that tone is that tone of that intensity that makes you so unique. So even if all what we are all together is love and is energy, the specific tune that characterizes you is very unique. And this is the general objective that we have in our life, to connect to that tone of who you are, to connect to that tone of your specific power. I really like to see people like if they were superheroes, because you are a superhero. And you have to connect to that specific power that you are. And this is what's going to be the very first question. And to connect to that power that you are, I want to ask you to remember how it felt when you were in a divine situation. You know, a divine situation, a moment when the time stopped, when you felt infinite, unstoppable, powerful. We can reach those moments of divine nature of course, with spiritual experiences. Some saints say that they developed that through prayer, through meditation. Maybe you had an experience like that. Do you remember something like that? Some people can reach that through drugs. Yes, some people can do it through that. Some people can reach it through moments of achievement when they feel really incredibly successful and happy. So I'll finish a marathon. And there is another moment that is really powerful, and that is when we make love. And we make love, it's not sex, but love, when you're really deeply connected to other human being, and you feel that sense of electricity, of infinite, of power. So have you been there in any of these ways? Have you felt completely infinite, complete energy, electricity, in any way, through a spiritual experience, through a deep loving experience? I want you to connect with that. Choose your experience and connect with that. Connect with how were you feeling? What were the qualities that were the best description of you? How were you feeling? Connect. Remember how you were feeling. Feeling really deeply. Feel that electricity, that magnetism, that energy, that infinite nature of who you are again. And now write the words that come to you, particularly the top 3 words that come to you. You have them? Excellent. Words that can come to you are passionate, enthusiastic, loving, belonging, alive, vibrant, hot. What are those words? Those words are different from everybody because we are all different. Those 3 words are going to be your guideline of your definite yes list. So one of the words that appear for me is presence. When I feel present, I feel really alive. I feel really this infinite. So my thermometer for me for this year is to say, in this activity, am I present? Am I really being mindful? This is an activity for me. So could it be possible for you? Passionate, excited. Then that's an activity for you. It could be fast. It could be slow. But it is specific for you. So take those qualities and write them down. These are your 3 top qualities that you want to be having in your life, at least for this year, or for the time that you will want to replay this hangout. So now we are going to take it a step further into how we are going to get this core identity, because this is what we're doing. These 3 qualities are your core identity. and translate them into very practical actions. So I want you to think on how you would like to have your average day. Your average day, I mean, not the difference between Mondays and Sundays, not the difference between summers and winters, not the difference between holidays and work days. It's an average day in which you represent, you embody these qualities that we're talking about. So how will presence look like? How will passion will look like? How slow will look like? How will elegant would look like? How will sexy will look like? So take your 3 qualities and have them, top of mind in the paper that you're writing down. Those are the 3 qualities, and start visualizing this average day with these 3 qualities. So let's start from the beginning. You are lying in bed and you wake up. So what is that average waking up? Where are you? Who are you with? What are your first thoughts? What is the first thing that you see? If you are with somebody, what is your first interaction with that person? What kind of conversation do you have? How do you wake up in the morning? You can be answering these questions quickly in your notebook. Oh, of course, when you will listen to the recording, you can stop and write it all down. And follow up with your day and ask yourself, how is breakfast? Who am I having breakfast with? Who is at the breakfast table? Where am I? What am I looking at from my breakfast table? What do we eat? What do we talk about? How do I feel during breakfast? What am I wearing? How does my hair look like? How do I feel? And then, it's very, very telling is what are our conversations? And if you are having breakfast by yourself, what are your thoughts? Because you're still having conversations, even if you are not with people. And then after breakfast, where are you going? What are you going to be doing in this average day, this normal day? So remember, you're answering these with your 3 qualities in mind. So enthusiasm is one of the things that is in my list. How does enthusiasm show up after breakfast? Any of these qualities, remember that you're talking about that. So now we're at lunchtime. What are you eating? Where are you eating? Who is sitting with you? What are you talking about? What are you thinking about? What do you feel? How do you feel? What are you wearing? How are you sitting? And after a lunch, what keeps you busy? What are you going to do? How do you do it? Who do you do it with? What are the feelings that you experience doing that? Are you behind a computer? Are you exactly not behind a computer? Are you in an office? Are you in an open space? What do you see from the window? What is that? How does it look an average afternoon for you? An average afternoon that denotes those qualities that you are meant to portray, to embody in your life. So you guess it. You made it all the time for dinner. And ask yourself the very same questions. Where am I? Who I am with? What are we talking about? How am I feeling? What do we talk about? What is the source of conversation? And finally, maybe most importantly, the time before, oh, no, I'm missing 2 times. One is the time when you go to bed. When you're going to bed, how are you feeling? Where are you? Are you with somebody? Who's this person? What are you talking about? What are you thinking? What are you feeling? What are you wearing? Are you wearing something? Get yourself into those feelings, into those sensations and those smells and sounds. It's the music playing. Now, I told you the most important one is the end. Before you sleep, your very last thoughts, and maybe sleeping. What keeps you busy in your mind and your heart? What do you want to be thinking before you go to bed? This is your average day. This is what you deserve. And this is what you are going to be creating this year. This is your goal. Your goal is to have this average day. Now, for this, there is a difference between your current reality and where you are right now. And you have to start making changes. So to start making changes, you have to start changing your habits. All the goals that we have been setting right now are absolutely nothing without action. So what are the 3 habits that you're going to be changing from today? 3 habits is quite a bit. I can make it easy for you and say 1 habit. But I will challenge you to give you 3 so that you start working with them, start adapting them, and start learning how to create new habits. Be patient with yourself because scientists are saying that it takes 66 days to change a habit, not 21. And that's why we give up so quickly. So think of habits that you always wanted to do, but you are not getting around to doing. For example, for me to drink water is a great challenge for me. But I have it there because I want to be a tremendously energetic and enthusiastic woman, and water is a great habit to have. So what other habit do you need? A habit that has absolutely changed my life, and that when I really do, is to exercise every single morning. The minimum I do is my 20 push-ups and 20 crunches. Absolute minimum. So what is that habit? What is that change that you want to have? My son has started elementary school, so he started having a more complex life. So I made a habit of having a conversation every single lunchtime. And I'm teaching him to walk slowly to school. So my habit is to walk slowly to school, to have time to have a conversation with my son. This is my habit because I created this average day. And in this average day for me is after lunch, I walk slowly with my son so that I can build a relationship with him. So what are those 3 habits? What are the ones that will make you, bring you closer to the image that you want to have of yourself? Are you going to change the content of the conversations? Are you going to change the food that you are eating? Are you going to change the content of the work that you are doing? Are you going to make a cleanup in your wardrobe because you realize that you are not wearing what you want to wear? What is it going to be so that you can start living the life of your dreams right now? 3 habits. They need to be really practical. So it is not helpful to say, I want to feel happier. That just doesn't work. So habits of every Thursday, I'm going to clean my wardrobe. Every single afternoon, I'm going to talk to my child. Every morning, I'm going to exercise. I'm going to take a glass of water every hour. Whatever you want to say, but it has to be a habit. It has to be practical so that you can hold yourself accountable. And of course, the final question for you is a question of accountability. Who can help you? Who can help you to keep you accountable to the things that you said that you are going to do? Every Monday, I talk with a buddy of mine, and we say really succinct what we did last week and what are we going to do next week. And with just that exercise of accountability, we are being more productive than we have ever been before. We are holding ourselves accountable to ourselves. Who can help you? I do it with this buddy every Monday. I talk to her. I do it with my husband every year. Every 30th of December, we talk to each other what happened last year and what will happen next year. So it is possible that you can have different buddies. So I have on Monday my buddy on business. I tell her what happened, and she tells me what happened. And I have my my buddy for subjects on motherhood. I have a very good friend that I share subjects with on my accountability. So who is going to be helping you in this installing new habits? So there you have it. You can come back to this handout anytime you want. I recommend you to do this exercise 4 times a year, every single season. This is being recorded in winter, but this is going to change in spring. You will want a different average day. And what is really cool of this, that you have 3 months to install these 3 new habits. And if you're doing it like that, you are going to change 12 habits a year. 12 habits a year. Can you imagine how your life will completely change? If you really install drinking water really well for the whole year, you are going to forget about face creams or all these pills for energy or whatever, because water is really powerful. Can you imagine journaling? Can you imagine follow up with all the customers? Can you imagine building a better relationship with your children? It's really powerful. So every 3 months, review your average day, set new habits, and your life is going to change faster than you think. Now, very important, this procedure, these hangouts, these questions I'm giving you are really powerful, but they are worthless if you do not take action. You have to take action in your life. You have to not only think about which habits you will uh, try to do, you have to do them. You have to do them. And be persistent and kind with yourself. If you didn't drink the you haven't, forgive yourself, try again next morning, try again. If you haven't exercised for 3 mornings, again, the 4th morning, you try again. This is the way you will actually change your life. It's not by wishful thinking, it's by action. So here you have it. Quick recap. Remember, what is your tone? What is that makes you so different as electricity, as energy for this planet and for the universe? Connect with that energy and be practical. Connect with your daily routine, with your desired average day. See what the gap is and change just 3 habits. Then ask for help. Ask for help and accountability so that you actually do change these 3 habits. And finally, come back and review this hangout every 3 months. So, Happy New Year!